Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Bayern Booed or Bust. I'm Booed FM, and as always, thanks for coming back. If you enjoyed episode 1 and you've come back to this one, thanks a lot. Honestly, massively appreciate it. First episode went down really well, some really good views, all great comments, all positive, loads of interaction on the video, so I'm happy, really happy. So yeah, thanks, honestly. Right, today's episode, I'm going to show you the first team squad in its entirety. Bayern Munich have the first team, they've got a second team, and they've got the under-19s. So I put everyone in that first team squad. Went through pre-season, had about 3 players for each position, and really trying to look at everyone. Because I've got quite a large amount of players that are quite average and similar. I just wanted to see who fitted best. And I whittled that down to 2 in each position, and I've chucked a couple of it in. So my first team squad's about 26. I've got about 26 men in it, and I'm going to show you all them today. Show you how good they are, and show you what I'm training them. And then as the series goes on, I'm going to try and keep updated with that, see how well they're developing. In the next episode, I'm going to show you my under-19 squad, under-19 staff as well. Just show you everything I can about what's going on, what I'm doing, what my plan is. And then as the series goes on, I want to show you as much as I can. We can have fun because we're in the future. I can look at what's going on around the world. We're going to have a look at some star players now, see what they're up to these days. Can't wait. Also today, I've got one bit of news to show you, and we've got a live com. Our Bundesliga debut, well, my Bundesliga debut at home against Leverkusen. Let's get going. Right, the one bit of news I wanted to show you was this. Now, you probably, well, the eagle-eyed amongst you might have noticed it behind Holger's backside in the last episode. And it was, obviously, I played a game off camera. The first game was in the DFB Pokal Cup. We're into the second round, and we've got our arch enemy, Dortmund, the biggest club in Germany. The board want me to reach the third round. I mean, this is the trophy I was hopefully targeting for a win. Maybe not this year, but at some point I think it's a realistic option for us. But this early, with this young team I've got, Dortmund away. If Dortmund play a B team, we might have a chance, but it's going to be great, and it's probably going to be the live com in episode 3. Right, before we get into the squad, also with each episode, I'm going to try and go through my tactics one by one, just quickly. And this is my main tactic, the one I'm going to use most of the time, my attacking tactic. If you're a fan of Bird in the Hood and SOS Stockport County, you'll know I use the 4-4-2 asymmetric. I could do what I want with that because I could bring in players to fit it. Very attacking, direct kind of style. That's how I like to play. 2 up top, wingers. I love it. I just love that. We all have our own preference. With this series, you'll see in a bit, I haven't got a load of world-class strikers. I've probably got a lot more attacking midfielders. So I've had to break my golden rule and go 1 up top. So basically, I've kept my same tactic. It's my Bird in the Hood tactic. I've just changed a couple of roles and a few positions. So it's pretty much the same. I'll make it available at some point if it's any good. Obviously, I want to test it on this series because the old version did fantastic with counter, amazing. And look what it did with Huddersfield. I mean, we eventually started to win things in the end. Well, we won the Premier League and the Champions League in the end. So, you know, it was a good tactic. I like it. But here we are with the first player. We're going to go from goalkeepers and work through to the strikers. Now, this is the guy I'm planning on being my backup keeper. He's been the number 1 really, I think, for years. And he's got some great experience, don't get me wrong. He's 34 years old. He's never played for Germany. His one-on-ones are good. His reflexes are good. His handling's average. I mean, he's got no greens. I'll keep saying this till you understand, just in case you're new to my series, but my attribute colours, if it's less than a 9, it's pink, because that's just a highlight. So you can see it, but highlight that it's bad, basically. The rest of them are yellow, but if someone's got an 18 or above, it's good. So if I see something green, I know it's, I know it's good. So he's going to be my backup. He's 3-star. He's a good keeper. He probably should really be my number 1, but I've got younger keepers with more promise and I want them to play. Here's my number 1 goalkeeper for this season, and he's Forless. That's what we call him, Forless. Quite like that name. He's only 23, so as keepers, they've got a lot more time to progress. They don't hit their peak till a lot later than players. And he's got a little room for improvement according to that. His potential's a 4-star, so he's got more to improve on. And his key attributes are quite good, I think. I don't think they're that bad. Agility is good. His handling's good. His reflexes are good. Aerial, command of area, all good. But I want a green somewhere. I'm really going to try and push for something. Right, here's my right back, or probably the number one right back this year. It's 26-year-old Fred Wiegers. Good player, can play wing back as well, can cover on the left. Not the quickest, but he's got good decision making. His tackling's good, his marking's decent. He's a good right back, and he's not old, he's not young, so I'm happy. I mean, he's a 3.5 star for my squad, quality player. You know, I mean, I'd like world-class right backs. I'd like world-class players. I can't get them. I've got to go with what I've got, and this is the kind of player I've got. Next up is my backup right back, or one of my backup right backs, and it's Riccardo Balsamo, Italian. So he's come through the youth academy, obviously, but he's Italian, so I like that, something different in the squad. Room for improvement, I like it. It's pretty quick. He's got some really good skills in, so I'm really happy that he's, you know, a backup because he's young. Got a good 4 years of hardcore development in him, and he can cover on the left as well. Players that can cover in multiple positions is something I need. I'm really going to need that this year. Next is another right back / right winger, and he's called Faith Karasu. Turkish, and he's 22 years old. Got, again, room for improvement. Doesn't say there, but I think he will improve shortly. Now I'm actually training him to be a right winger because he's a natural right back, but he's only this far away from being a right winger. Gives me more options, you know what I mean? Because he's pretty quick, really. Determined as well. I need them options. Right, and one of the most worrying parts of my team is my centre halves. I'm massively lacking to the point where Titanel, I love that name, another Italian, is possibly one of my best ones at the minute. Look at that. That is a massive worry for me. You need centre halves. He's got a little bit of room for improvement. Tackling, marking aren't the best. Positioning is appalling. He can cover in other positions. I've got some potential in this area, but right now this season, centre halves I'm massively worried about. Next up is Johann Dampfling, a 24-year-old German and a defensive midfielder who I am actually now trying to train to be a centre half. He's going to play there this year because he's got decent stats for him. He's probably better than Titanel, but he's not natural there yet. But he can play there, and he's going to have to play there. His mark is 15, tackling is 15, positioning is 13, works hard for his team, pretty decent physicals as well. So hopefully he can do something for me this year. Now, first up for my centre-half potential players, and it's Bruno Parisot, 16-year-old French lad with insane potential ability and with what I think could be skills to become a top centre-half in a few years. Unfortunately, right now, he's 16, but I'll be honest with you, I can see him playing a lot, just because why not? Maybe if I chuck him in now, take a hit now, hopefully don't get relegated, it'll be good for him and he'll develop into a good, strong player. Next up is Nico Mende, 16-year-old German lad, and again, a player with potential, not as good as Parisot, but he's got, you know, potentially a 5-star potential, so I can't really knock him. Again, he's a proper 16-year-old, but I think he's a decent 16-year-old. Right, next up is a player I'm going to be using as a centre-half and a midfielder this year. It's 24-year-old Marcus Wittke. That's what I'm going for. Defensive midfielder. But yeah, I'm going to play him as a centre-half and I'm going to play him in midfield. He's 24. He's average, but hopefully it'll be a decent squad player for me this year. Next up, we're on to left backs, and is my number one left back, Nico Werner, one of the oldest statesmen of the squad and the team. He's 31 years old, German, has actually played for Germany 22 times, which is decent, although his attributes are likely dropping. But in our squad, he's got a 4-star ability, he's at his potential, he's 31, but he's decent, he's got some pace, decent tackler, so he's going to be one of them players I really rely on this year, and he can cover it right back as well. Next up is my future potential left back for the club, and he's got possibly one of the best names ever. I don't know if this is how you really pronounce it, but it's how I'm going to pronounce it, and it's Martin Boning. We've been Boning, I love it, absolutely love it. But he's only 19, again, loads of potential ability, not massively quick, but his all-round game's decent, works hard for the team, can cover all down the left, cover it right back. Great player to have, I reckon. And last on my left back list is Lutz Maschke. That's what I'm going for. 20 years old, he's a wing back, an inverted wing back, but he can cover on the left, cover in the middle, sort of cover it right back. I'm probably going to train him to be a left back because he's decent. He's decent. Again, another decent player, and you'll see that's the running theme throughout this squad. Right, onto the central midfielders. First up is Hans Jürgen Fertzel, quality, 19 years old, and capped at under 19 level, can cover in a couple extra positions as well. He's a brave lad, got good vision to be fair, passing's decent. At 19 he could become a good player. Again, he's decent, and hopefully I could turn him into a great player. Right, next up is Alan Kalak, 17-year-old. Well, 17-year-old with a lot of potential ability. Ball-winning midfielder, can cover right through that middle, all attacking and striker. I don't know if I'm ever going to play him as a striker when he's got 8 finishing, 8 composure and 8 off the ball. That's poor. But you know, he's a hard worker, and hopefully he can translate that hard work into becoming a better player, because he is only 17. Right, next up is Memaj, Albanian. Could be anything, couldn't it, that? Memek, I'm going for that. But yeah, decent player. Now, he is a central attacking midfielder, but he's definitely going to cover in the middle. Will definitely play in both them roles, really. And again, decent, 23 years old. He's got a little bit of improvement potentially. Hopefully we can squeeze as much out of him, especially this season. Because again, he's a good player. Decent passer of the ball, good technique, good first touch. He's not completely slow. Decent leader, he's a team player, so I think you might see a lot of Memaj this year. Next is Tana Tok. I love region names. Turkish, 24 years old. Central midfielder, can cover at the back, bit back as well. But a good player. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to improve him now, but I think he's going to be decent. I wish his passing was just a bit better. Next is Philip Felgenhauer. I think I might have showed him in the last episode, 22. Can cover all over the attacking midfielder positions and in the centre. Probably one of my best players. Don't say he's got any potential ability, room for improvement, but I think he can improve, especially because he's only 22. He's got a lot of downward arrows at the minute. I'm not going to worry about that too much, because I really do think we can make him a better player. Next up is 18-year-old. This is not a German name, surely. Pavlos. I can get that bit. Kalogerinis. Pavlos. 18 years old, can play, covered a couple of positions as well. Loads of room for improvement, in my opinion. Right, next up is Mariano Bukowski. Loki thought up a brilliant nickname for him, but in case any kids watching, I was going to flash up a picture of it, but yeah, it's not for kids. Midfielder left, but hopefully become a good attacking midfielder and possibly my best player, or one of my best players, probably my best player, someone I'm pinning a lot of hopes on. An ex-Cristiano, German Ronaldo maybe. Next is Johann Schultz, 21-year-old, again another midfielder left who I'm going to be training to be a bit more forward as a winger. 21, room for improvement, pretty quick, good cross of the ball, another good young player. So I mean, I can't grumble too much. I had my fingers crossed I'd have a lot more quality than this. But we've been relegated, I think a few years ago. They lost a few players and we're struggling. So I've got all this potential in my hands, and this is the exciting bit. Can I mould it? Right, next up is Saeed Abdullahi. That's it, innit? Looks good. 18-year-old, and he's German, and he's a striker. Now, I ain't got loads of strikers, I know that, but I ain't got many full-on out great right wingers. I think he's got stuff to make him, he could become a good right winger, because he's quick, and he's not far off it. So he can cover up front, he'll be playing up front when needed, and he'll also be definitely getting retrained as a right winger. Next is someone I've got massive hopes for, and it's Tobias Paula. Now my mate had an anti-Paula, and now that's it. Now every time I see him, I think of me, he's anti-Paula, and no doubt I'm going to be calling him anti-Paula. But I think he's got some right potential. He needs a lot of work to become a natural full-on right winger. But crossing's 14, technique 13. He's pretty freaking quick already. He's a determined player, and he's 17. Manti Paula could be bombing it down that right wing as a world-class winger before you know it. Right, next up onto strikers, and it's Demetrius Lazaridis, 16-year-old German, can cover in other positions as well. But you know, I think he could become a great striker. He could become a really good striker. He's already got acceleration of 17. His determination is 20. His finishing is 13 as a 16-year-old. Composure is 13. Off the ball is 12. I really believe that this kid, if he's this good now, I really think he could be something good. Next up is Rene Ben. I love this lad. I think our entire future is pinned on him at the minute. Him and Bukowski on the left, because he's my number one striker. Hasn't got any greens yet, but at 20 years old he's got loads of room for improvement. He's pretty quick and he's finishing 17, so hopefully he can be putting that ball in the back of the net, because he's going to be playing up there on his own, especially this first year with the tactic I'm using. Not played for Germany yet, but again I think he's a player that has a real big chance of getting in that Germany squad one day, and he is the most valuable player in the team. And last but not least is another freaking 16-year-old, and it's freaking Fring, Marco Fring, 16, another poacher, but another player who's got loads of potential ability, just hasn't got it right now. But you know, I think he'll be good one day, I really do. And he'll be playing this year, because if Ben gets injured, I'm relying on two 16-year-olds up front. On to today's live form. Let's get down to some actual football, and we're playing Bayer Leverkusen at home at the Allianz Arena in my debut in the Bundesliga. They're one of Germany's biggest teams, one of the top 6 teams who won the Bundesliga a couple of years ago. Rich, they're playing in the Champions League this year. Big club really. We're playing at our place, but their stadium is beautiful. Got a great stadium, haven't they? Can't wait to go there and hopefully beat them in their backyard. But we've got to try and beat them in our backyard first, and it's going to be massive, proper massive. If you have a look at the manager, he's called Leonardo Jardim. I know he is, you probably know who he is too. He's now 62 years old, and he's a decent manager. Man management's brilliant, tactical's brilliant, his tactical knowledge is good as well, so this is going to be tough today. The captain is Norio Morisaki, Japanese. He's alright. He's not bad. Their goalkeeper, I mean, I'd have him in my team. If you have a look at their best player, he's called Christopher Koch. Let's call him Koch. Can't do without middle one. 27-year-old German, plays for the national team. Scored 15 goals in 21 games. Wow. Right, on to the team lineups now. We're playing the same formation pretty much. Obviously, instructions are probably different, so it's mainly man for man, so we'll see who comes out on top with this. Hopefully, got a massive stadium, the home advantage will help us. You obviously don't know who any of their players are, but going forward with the series, once we've got the first few episodes out of the way, and we get through some of this boring stuff, looking at the players and all that, which I like it, but I like looking at other stuff as well. I'm going to start showing you some of the best players in the Bundesliga, not just the German players, but I'll show you some of the best players. I'll have a look at some of the best players in the world as well, because honestly, some absolute world is out there. Here we are with the press report, and the guys said he's not having an easy time picking a winner here, but he thinks Leverkusen will win it. They're favourites as well. They've just got the better players. I mean, we're a bottom of the table team. Lucky if we stay in this league. So I'm going to be serious and say, come on lads, show me what you can do. Time for you to, it's like a job interview, boys. You can do this for me. Manti Paula he's fit, just not match fit. How do you get match fit? You get match fit by playing games. So hopefully she's alright today. In today's Bundesliga game, it's Bayern Munich versus Leverkusen. We kick off here today at the Allianz Arena, my first game in the Bundesliga. I'm excited. Hopefully I don't get tonked 5-0. Massive crowd, come on boys. Early free kick. Who's this now? Bukowski. My best player, and he tripped over himself. Brilliant. Doesn't make fail of the week yet. If you like looking at Football Manager cock-ups, GWFM, or his cock. Oh, no, be a cock. Oh wow, look at that bad set. Corner ball. Corner ball, can we get it away? We do. Well done, Mimaj. Bukowski heads it on to one of their players. Oh, come on. This is how it's going to be. Well done for this. Yeah, I was trying to say, if you like fails, I'll put a link down below for GWFM. It does fail of the week, fail of the month. Shows you Football Manager. Brilliant, honestly. Oh my god! On a ball. Can we get in it in? Do you ever do that, trying to edit in yourself? Fergie used to do it, didn't he? Come on, turn and hit it. Man. But yeah, thanks man for that. If you've come back to this episode, because not everyone who watches the first one is going to come back for the second one. I know that. But if you have, oh, well done. Fail of the week. Here it is, Felgenhauer. Look at this. That is a fail of the week. Look at that, is appalling. Well done, Ben. Booyaka. 1-0. Yeah, so what? They've had 3 shots. Sorry, we had 5. We're edging in possession as well. This start has been pretty good. But I live for this. I absolutely live for it. I love it. I love how it gets your adrenaline going when you're in a game, especially when you're an underdog. I love being an underdog. It's just, I won so much with Stockport, and we did really well with Huddersfield. Here's Bukowski. Go on, Booker. Oh man, you've got to challenge yourself, haven't you? This is just probably stupid. I'm going to make myself look rubbish, but you never know. You never know, we might win something one day. Here's my Auntie Paula. What a shot from her. Cracking. Here's Bukowski. Come on, kid. Oh, nice pass to Ben. Ben, man, he's got some power in his shots, hasn't he? We've got to look out for that cock fella. It's quite good. Oh, good save for this. Come on, kid. What are you doing? What are you doing? Have a look. He's cutting inside. Give it back to Ben. Ben, love his first touch. Paula. Bloody Paula. 2-0. Felgenhauer, lovely pass. Ben there. Great touch. Oh, I thought it was a good bit of vision pass. It was a deflection, but who cares? Proper chuffed. And I mean, it's not like we're playing amazing. And if you look at all the average ratings, they're not amazing. So I'm going to be assertive with him anyway and say I'm very pleased with your performance. Keep it going. Don't up. Leverkusen kicked off the second half. Man, this is top stuff, man. I forget to breathe sometimes, man. I forget to breathe. I start staring at the screen and I forget to do the breathing, which is very important to stay alive. Ben there. Ooh. Right, here they come, charging forward. Look at all them black shirts. That was bad though. That was bad, he's already been booked. He's going to go off, isn't he? Brilliant. When everything's going so well, got so much this second half to go. And we're down to 10 men, which is never, ever a good thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my strikerless tactic. We've lost my right back. So instead of having 3 at the top, I'm going to switch it to 2. And then we're covered at the back at least. We don't have to go forward as much. We've already got the 2 goals. Right, here we go. Come on, lads. We've got 10 men. 10 men. I hate that. Freaking red card, man. Here's Dan Flynn. Can we get a third and just put it to bed? Ooh. But you know what? Early pressure. First 2 highlights. And there are highlights. Oh, you donkey. We're dominating this. 16 chances. More possession. I'm freaking loving it. It's awesome. Throwing. Where's Leverkusen? Why are they not taking advantage of us with our 10 men? They're a decent team. And maybe we're just excited. The first game in our stadium in the league. I don't know. But I'm happy. I can't go more. Here's Felgenhauer. Let's give it to Werner, who's well out wide on the left. Come on, lad. Get it crossed in. Oh, nice and low. I love it. Oh, what a save. Corner ball for him. Can we get it away? Get away now. Get away. Oh, good save for this. Free kick now, Mamaj. Get in! Did you see that? Watch this, Mamaj. That is just David Beckham plus Ronaldo. Eat your freaking heart out. 3-0, man. Come on. Right, making a sub. Waste a bit of time. Only 3 minutes to go. I'm going to bring on Lazaridis. Bring off Bukowski. Resting. God, I'm happy. Awesome. Bring him on. Seconds to go. And Lazaridis has been injured straight off. Hopefully it's not something serious because shit. Come on, it's got to be end of game highlight, ref. Blow that whistle. We have to soldier through this. I don't know how, but we've just beaten 3-0. I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, let's have a chat with them. I'm going to be passionate because that was amazing, really. And say I'm very pleased with the result and your performance. Quite a lot of greens. And that gives us a good start to this massively tough Bundesliga campaign. Onto the Bundesliga, and I'm buzzing. How can you not be with that? Great first live com, really. I can't complain. Leverkusen are a good side. I'm not going to get too carried away with it though, because I don't think we've got the players to beat everyone 3-0 every week. We'll obviously start dropping points at some point. but it's nice to start with a win. I'm buzzing, really I'm buzzing. And we're second, yay! What's not happy days is young Demetrius Lazaridis, a 16-year-old who came on for about a minute. He's going to be injured out for 4 months. We're already not blessed with strikers, and we've lost him for 4 months. Right, episode 3, and it's going to be against Dortmund in the DFB Pokal Cup, second round. Massive game, massive. They are class. Wait till you see some of their players. So we're going to play Leipzig, and then we'll be playing Bochum, I think it is, Hamburger, I love that, Wolfsburg, Stuttgart, Gladbach and Schalke, and then come back for Dortmund. There you go, that's the end of episode 2. Really hope you enjoyed it. I just wanted to show you all the players. It's not the most exciting thing going through them all one by one, but at least you've seen them now. You know what I've got to work with, you know realistically how tough this is going to be, and hopefully you realise how tough and proud I am of that result, because it's a fantastic result. Clean sheet, first game, 3 goals. So yeah, thanks for checking me out. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. Have a nice day. Take care, people. Auf Wiedersehen.